What's going on, kings and queens? It's Mitchell Chance, the voice of revolution, exposing minds to truth. Had a lot going on in my mind this weekend, just, being connected to everything that has transpired, with Friday, with Trump becoming president, seeing the backlash and seeing how so many black people are feeling concerning Trump becoming president. And what I've noticed from the backlash and how everybody is so afraid is that black people still don't feel as if we can control our own destiny. We still feel like a president or a government are the ones who control what we can and do and what our future can turn out to be. And one of the things that we're always talking about is reparations. We need to get money back for what we've been through in slavery. And I understand, I think that we should. But we need to stop crying about that, because if they're not going to give it to us, we can't keep waiting for them. We can create our own thing and build up whatever it is that we need. And people are always asking, what's the plan for Black America? Well, I got the plan for Black America right here, but it's not my plan. It's a plan that somebody already put in place because our ancestors were so great. So right here from Philly, the Honorable Reverend Leon Sullivan in 1968 created what he called the 1036 plan. And with the 1036 plan, he got the people from Philadelphia, everybody to put up $10 a month for 36 months. And in 1968 to 71, they raised over $1 million back then. They built their own shopping plaza, which still is up and running today on Broad and Oxford. Not only did they buy their own shopping plaza, but they created so much money with this 1036 plan that if there was a building that wouldn't rent to black people, they took the money and said, well, you know what, we're going to buy the building. So if they won't rent to us, we'll buy it and we own it. If places won't hire us, we'll create our own stuff and we'll hire our own people. And they did this with this 1036 plan. So why not start our own African reparations fund using the 1036 plan? Now, how do we do this? First of all, we have to get the people to buy into the 1036 plan. So we have about 40 million black people. If they give $10 a month for 36 months, we'll have $14.4 billion that would have accumulated, and it's at our disposal. So what we do with this is we find 5 major cities that most black people are already populated in, and we all most of us migrate to these 5 cities, and we take the first $5 billion of this $14.4 billion and we invest in 5 different industries for us to take over and support. So we get land and real estate, food, clothing, entertainment, and makeup and cosmetics. A lot of money, multi-billion dollar. All of those are multi-billion dollar industries. So we go into those industries. We only support the black businesses that we started with those billions of dollars in those industries, and that continues the money flowing. Not just that. So out of that, we're left with $9.4 billion. So we take that $0.4, that $400 million, and we use that money to lobby the lobbyists and lawmakers to create some laws on our behalf. Now we're left with $9 billion. So we'll take $3 billion and use that $3 billion to update all of our HBCUs. So now all our HBCUs are equal to all the private white institutions. And then once we make our institutions equal to theirs, all of us only go to HBCUs. We don't go to white institutions anymore. Then out of the 6 remaining billion, we take $3 billion of that and we invest that to control our own K through 12 education that are inside the 5 cities that we've chosen to migrate to. Then with the last $3 billion, we take that $3 billion and we use that for security in our cities where we are to make sure our stuff don't get bombed again. Now we have 5 industries that we already control, multi-billion dollar industries that we control. With the profits from that, every year we'll go into a new industry. So one year we'll go into technology. Then the next year we're going to manufacturing cars. Then the next year we're going to manufacturing ships and boats. And we use those ships and boats to do trade in Africa. And so now we can control gold, and now we can control coltan, and now we can control diamonds, and we can control all the minerals that are over there, all from us just putting up $10 a piece. So we still crying for reparations, and we still crying about Trump being president because we don't feel like we can control our own destiny. But with just $10 a month, If we all stick together, we can take over every industry that black people are in, only support our own stuff and don't spend our money with nobody else, and we will control our industries. We will control our communities. We will have our own sovereign nation states because we will control everything in it. And that's all we got to do. It's not really a hard plan, and it's something that was already done before. If you get a chance, look up Reverend Leon Sullivan and look up the 1036 plan. Look up everything that he taught and how powerful it was, everything that he did. If you can get a chance, also look up a book. He wrote a book about it. It's called Build, Brother, Build. So we just really got to get ourselves in the mindset of trusting one another in order to put this money up so we can build everything that we need. And I know that's the first thing everybody's going to say, well, how do we get people to trust? And I don't want this to sound like an upsell, but the fact of the matter is, if we are going to understand how to create unity, we have to understand what has divided us. And I took the time and did research and put it in my book, The Great Hijack, for us to understand how they got us to psychologically buy into working against our own best self-interest, not trusting each other, not working with each other, not having unity. So if you want to get the free first chapter of that, inbox me right here on this page, just the word info, INFO. Because we got to begin to repair and retrain our minds. And this is what I'm all about. This is everything that I do. And the book is written to show us how they got us to buy into this, not wanting to be unified stuff, not wanting to be pro-black, not wanting to do anything beneficial to our race. So send me an inbox with info right now, or go to mchanspeaks.com and purchase your copy of the book. We can do this. And this is Mitchell Chance, the voice of revolution. And not only am I the revolution, but you are the revolution. And together we are the revolution. So remember to always love black, to buy black, and to think black. And now it's time to start to put together this 1036 plan for our African reparations funds. Let's do this thing, y'all.